Wait. Go back one.
What do you say?
Bring his face up. Full screen.
His glasses.
There's a reflection.
So I played Gotham Knight so you wouldn't have to. And after getting PTSD from the square button, I decided I'm not touching another console game ever again. Pressing that square button one too many times just ruined the square button for me. But I'll get into that later. So I played Gotham Knight. I played about, let's say, 14 hours maybe. Put in 14 hours in it, or almost 20. I don't know. The boredom started to creep in, fellas. I'm gonna be honest. So in this video, I decided to make a full review. So in this video, we will talk about the combat. We will talk about, the stuff you unlock, things I unlocked, the open world, the side quests, some of the characters, the bosses. We're gonna talk about some of these things, and the ending. Oh my goodness. So there will be spoilers if you quote unquote want to play this game. There will be a spoiler. You can just skip that part out. I'll try to put the stamp. But so fellas, we're gonna start with the combat. So the combat, I was right about. I made a whole video before the game even came out talking about how the combat looks terrible, looks very bad. It looks slow, it looked janky, and guess what? I was right. Now, in that video, I remember saying I hope they bring something that would at least change the combat. Yes, it starts out bad, but can it get better? Can the characters flow better and kill the enemies faster, right? That's what I was hoping. But that's not the case here. So the combat is still slow no matter what you unlock. So I mainly played as Robin and Batgirl because I couldn't bother with Jason. I mean, I did play with Jason at first, but I just couldn't handle the slowness and the jankiness. Jason is the worst for the goons. If you're gonna, for me, in my experience, when I fought the goons, I hated playing with Jason. Jason has no weird perks. So I mainly play as Batgirl. Batgirl can hack cameras, and she's strong, and she's fast. Well, fast according to Gotham Knights combat. Not Arkham series, because we all know Arkham series, they flow and they go fast and you destroy the enemy. You feel powerful. But in this game, as you progress, the enemies also get leveled up. So as you level up your characters, which in my opinion makes zero sense. I was hoping you could just play as one. You could switch, but if you don't upgrade one character, don't even bother playing the rest of the game with them, because it's just pointless. So I didn't do it. I just played as Batgirl and Robin most of the time. I switched. I did try Nightwing, but again, couldn't bothered. I mean, I unlocked some stuff for him, but it's the same thing. If you look at the perk trees, again, they went this. That's something I wanted to mention. They went the Spider-Man PS4 route. So, they have the skill tree, even though Spider-Man PS4 had a lot more, but they had skill tree. Right? And I know people gonna get mad. Oh, don't compare to Spider-Man PS4, but that's what they were going after. Because if you played it, you would be like, wow, this is Spider-Man PS4. So the skill trees for every hero, they in I think 2 column, they all have the same thing. So if you're up, I think from what I've seen, they all have the same thing you're upgrading. I think it's the 3rd column where they have all different things, maybe slightly. So that is just lazy and useless right there. So that I don't even give it a motivation to even use the other characters. For me, I didn't even bother to finish the rest of the game with the other 2 characters, Jason and Nightwing. There was no point. Sometimes I would throw in a little bit of Jason, but then I'll get tired and be like, I can't hack cameras. I can't even move fast. There's no point of using this character. But if you do want to cheese the bosses, I recommend just using Jason then. But then the lose part is you had to be upgrading him and you had to be playing with him first. So the cheese with that is just, oh my goodness. Jason's conclusion, Jason is just a terrible combat system. His combat system is just too slow. Nightwing is in the middle. It's still slow. Batgirl slow, but for Gotham Knights combat, fast, pretty fast. Robin's even faster. But Batgirl has more, you know, for me, Batgirl is more stealth. Batgirl is more, you know, she can hack. She has more advantages. She is better than all of them. I'm going to be honest. Batgirl's my favorite. She's better than all of them. Robin is cool too, but Robin's character cried too many times about, Bruce. And I know, that's his dad. I know. But, but come on, bro. It's been a time pass. You remember you're a hero. You got to move on. He's basically a crybaby to me, but we'll get into that later because that's a story. So, combat, slow. Combat is still janky. I don't care what anybody say. I unlock things. I try to use gadgets, slow. Now I want to move to the stealth system. Stealth system is like any ordinary. It's like the Spider-Man game. You see what I'm saying? I'll put, you know, some clips, but it looks like the Spider-Man games. You just go to one spot, you sneak, and the AI, man, the AI is terrible. There was one time I was interrogating one and I was asking question, and he said, I'll put it on the screen, and she said something about, oh, here's what I got. She didn't even tell me what she had. So the laziness, the writing was even worse because they didn't even bother to record voice acting and, you know, to finish the rest of the sentence. They just said, here's what I got, blah blah. All AIs are the same in this game, basically pointless. All the AIs are the same, and I know the Arkham series struggle with that, but there was a difference between some of the AIs. But since we're in the AIs, we only have a couple of enemies. We have the freaks. I think I fought the mobs. I fought some guys with owl masks. I forgot their names, but they are all the same. I also fought these ninja people that was with Talia, but whatever. They are annoying. Those are the most annoying enemy in the game by far, because they teleport and you can't sit there and punch them all the time because they will teleport. And the thing with that is this is where the enemies get even worse, bro. This is where the combat kicks in again, because as you level up, they level up, which means they take longer to beat. You do not feel powerful in this game at all. From what I've played, you do not feel powerful. You know how in the Arkham games, once you unlock things, you were flowing, you were breaking bones, you were feeling powerful. In this game, they cut that out. You do not feel powerful at all. You just fight, square. Oh, dodge, square, dodge, square, dodge. And then you hold square, press square, hold square, press square. This is why I said I had PTSD from the square button, because you constantly press square. At least in the old Arkham series, you could press circle and triangle maybe and fly in the air, and you know, you blah blah blah, and then you come back down, you fight again. But this game has none of that, unless I'm dumb or I just didn't make it too far in the combat. I didn't see any different from what I saw from the gameplay I saw. It was still slow. Again, if you don't have a character that's moving and, you know, actually moving fast, pointless to use that character, and that is Jason for sure. So like I said, the stealth system, you know, same ordinary stealth system. AIs are dumb. Sometimes I'll come behind them and I'll get up one time and walk one step, they turn around instantly. It's like, wait a minute, how come when I'm knocking somebody out behind them, they can't hear me, but when I take one step without crouching, instantly they after me, they turn around and bam, I'm done. And some of the missions, if you don't be stealthy, oh my gosh, you know what, since we're in the mission now, there are literally every mission. This game suffers from Ubisoft syndrome. It does. They send you here, You fight enemies, you do the same thing over and over and over. The repetition is sky high in this game, sky high. You do the same thing for Harley Quinn. You go here, you beat these guys, you take intel, go back. You beat these guys, you take the intel, go back. For Mr. Freeze, you beat these guys, you take the intel, go back. You beat these guys, you take the intel, go back. For Penguin, you beat these guys, you come back. And I know it makes sense because you gotta investigate, but for gaming, terrible idea. Terrible way to go. Horrible idea. That was terrible. And this is why I say it suffers from the Ubisoft syndrome, because you just constantly do the same thing, man. Same thing every second. This is what open worlds struggle with. Constantly. You go there, and this is what makes it boring. You go there and then you do the same thing. And that's what I did not. That's another thing that minus from the game. The open world. Since we're in the open world, let's speak about the open world. The open world is even more boring. There's nothing to do. Stop thinking there's something to do. There's actually nothing to do. And despite having people in the open world, it still feel empty, because I'm just driving through. At least with Spider-Man, you get to interact with the NPCs. This game, you don't interact with them at all, from what I've seen. I tried to. I didn't see a button to interact. They just comment on my suit and I just flew away. They were pointless to be there. They might as well just make the city empty, like the Arkham games. I know people were hype about seeing people in Arkham City. No. Terrible. Horrible. And it was still empty. And somebody said in my chat, and it's true, I played the game a few more times. I didn't notice them. I even tried to run over the NPCs. That didn't do anything. You don't get no consequence for even running over the NPCs. I ran them over. I didn't get nothing. And since we're speaking about running over, let's talk about the Bat Bike. Bat Bike, to be honest, I didn't mess with it. I was hoping you would have guns, because there was a button prompt. When you're driving, it says you could press triangle for long range attack. I'm thinking you would just pull out a gun in the Bat Bike. The Bat Bike had a weapon and shot like the, Batmobile did. That's what I thought. But turns out it's just you throwing ninja stars, well, bat stars, whatever. You throw them. That's all you do. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's gonna be a scene where I chase somebody. No, you don't. I haven't even encountered one scene where you chase someone and you you trying to take them off some type of road. You remember when you had the Arkham Knight, when you had the Batmobile, you could do chase missions? I didn't see that here. Maybe again, I just breezed through it. I didn't see that. I even looked on the map for something to do with the Bat Bikes. Some of them are just races, and again, boring. That's the problem. Boring. And another thing I noticed, how is it that this world feel huge, but in Arkham City's game, it didn't feel that huge. The game felt dense. It felt like everywhere was something. And I know they trying to, as you went towards the story, there was more crimes happening, and they'll spawn random goons. It's the same crime all the time, and that's what makes it like there's no point of it. Should have just made this linear, to be honest, because there's no point of making an open world. It's not fun. Don't make an open world if it's not going to be fun. It feels like you're the only one in the game. The NPCs don't even look like they have a some type of cycle. I know it's just one night, and they don't look like they have some type of cycle, and it's just lifeless in there, and it's just bad. And this is why I see why the Arkham games took them out of there. They took them out of the city, because there's no point of having them. You just want Batman and the goons and the bosses you're fighting. And it brings a type of fear also, because there's nobody in the space but you and criminals. But alright, I guess that's that. But if we're gonna go to criminals, I think there's again 3 factions. I don't know. I remember fighting, like I said, there was a guy with a mask. There was goons, and there were freaks, which was Harley Quinn's people, I guess. Mr. Freeze, all you gotta do is stop. And the thing with Mr. Freeze, oh my goodness, since we here talking about the bosses are even worse, man. I hate this system of this health bar. let's first, before we go to the boss, fine, we're gonna go to the enemies. There's this health bar, and I complained about this in the video I made previously. Before this, I complained how that I would like the combos back. Get rid of this XP or this health bar system on top of the enemy's head. They're just basically punching bags, and it takes forever to take them down, because as you level up, they level up, and like I said, I level up and they are leveling up too, and I'm getting gadgets and stuff. Not gadgets, because the only thing you can use is your gun. If you Red Hood and Nightwing, you throw something, and Robin, you have a little slingshot, and Batgirl, boomerang, blah blah blah. But they are basically punching bags, and it is just dreadful. It just hurts just continuously. In some parts, I even run past the enemies. I ran past them. I tried to, but the game forces you to fight them. They do. They said you have to beat those enemies first before you even proceed, which is just annoying. Let me skip them, because they pointless. And the thing is, like I said, you can try stealth. You can try stealth, but as soon as an enemy sees you, that's it. That's it. Instantly, everybody's alerted. You remember in Batman, the Arkham series, at least there were tunnels you can go through, the little, escape routes. This game has none of that. None of that. As soon as they see you, that's it. You will have to try to fly, grapple up and get away from them. But still then, as soon as they see you, that's it. So the thing is, you gotta be unseen. And like I said, the AI is way too vigilant. Way too vigilant. As soon as you make one peep, I'm talking about stepping wise, one step, bam, they turn around. Without crouching, bam, they turn around. And the thing is, like I said, you have to fight them, and you have to get rid of them before you proceed, which is just annoying, because your combat system is already terrible. Why force me to sit there and fight these enemies? So now let's talk about some of the side quests. Some of the side quests are bad. What am I saying, man? They are all bad. I didn't see one that was interesting. I mean, there was one with Lucius Fox was telling you to scan drones. Goodness, I got so annoying, because I started just skipping them. Skip, and then I keep hearing Lucius, hey, there's a drone over here, scan it. No, Lucius, leave me alone, bro. I just want to finish this game. But and then there's other ones where you go towards people, and you talk to them, and they send you here and they send you there, and you come back. Guys, trust me, it's not worth the $70. It's really not 70, but we'll talk about that later. So the story, let's talk about the story here. We had well, before we talk about it, let me go with the characters again. Characters, only ones I like I said, is Robin and Batgirl. Nightwing in them, Jason's too weird. Nightwing's jokey, but he's cringe. Batgirl's cool, but she's also cringe sometimes, but she's cool because I like her combat. Robin's also a crybaby, but I like his combat, so he's cool. All right, so the story starts with as you watch a cinematic as Batman fight this enemy, right? So you're thinking, okay, since we know, because the leaks came out that Batman is dead, since we know Batman's gonna die, I'm thinking, okay, they're going to let us play as Batman for this first part, because we're not gonna have Batman again, so they're gonna let us play as Batman here. They're gonna allow us to get a taste of what Batman can do. No, they're not. They just make you watch a whole 4-minute cinematic of Batman fighting this guy, or the guy that went to the Lazarus pit. I forgot his name, but they made you fight him, right? Or no, they made you watch him fight you, and they make you watch Batman die. So, and again, that's a bold move, by the way, to kill Batman. Bold move, huge move. Because how would you make a sequel? Are we just gonna play as Gotham Knights from now on? We're boring, by the way. But like I said, they make you watch a 4-minute video of Batman fighting the enemy, right? And then you get Batman gets killed, and you watch another whole minute of them talking about him dying, blah blah blah, the funeral, right? So then you go on, you start a first mission. I think the first mission was you go to Harley, right? You go to Harley, ask her about some things that she was working with Batman in the jail cell, blah blah blah, and you do that, right? So but the main story is about having there's a guy by the name of Jacob Kane. So he's running a secret society. Since Batman's dead, all the enemies are going off. They rising up, because Gotham Knights can't do jack. They don't respect them. They only respect Batman. So after Batman's gone, secret society come up. Jacob Kane, knows Alfred, blah blah blah, and Jacob Kane secretly did this, but they didn't know at first, so they had to find evidence, and they found out that Jacob Kane is the one that's running that secret society, blah blah blah, or it's called the Court of Owls. That's the name. And then you find more evidence to fight him. I'm just breezing through this because the story is not that interesting. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay, but it's not. It's the ending that kills it. So, just as it says, just as Kane being arrested, he is killed by assassin arrow, right? So after you caught him, we soon learn that Talia is the not only killed him. So Talia is in this game. Talia killed Kane, but she was using us to get to Kane. So the whole time, Talia, by the way, is, if you don't know, was Batman. And, Batman's chick, whatever. But if you ever read Batman, you know about this. Talia is one main character. So Talia, used us to find Kane, and then she kill him, blah blah blah. And then League begins to solve Gotham, and then the Knights know they must be stopped, right? So Talia's crew. By the way, Talia got kicked out of her crew. Dude. The thing is, I would recommend just going on and reading about it, because even me, I was kind of skipping cutscenes from time to time. Because I couldn't sit there. I'm sorry. I couldn't sit there. I was listening to some of them. Some of them that look interesting. Like when we met the owl people, there were one time. This is probably the best start of the mission I've seen in this game. So we went to the owl people. I'll put it on screen. We went to the owl people, and we found out that they have an underground layer. We figured it out. We found the code they got in. So we opened the secret base, and then we found that they throw people down in chambers. They kill people down like deep underground. And the thing is, the traps were so cool. After beating that first level of that trap, I was hoping that there would be more traps, right? No, that trap stopped there. The owl, and the thing is, how do you give us something like this and then just don't give it to us again? Dude, the thing is, that mission was the only memorable mission. The other missions are just, I don't even care. But that was probably the most memorable mission. I had to mention that. So then you find out Talia killed him, blah blah blah. And Talia, by the way, the Knights eventually track Talia down and confront her near the Lazarus pit. So this is towards the end. So the part I breezed through was just you finding things, evidence, come back, beat a boss. Like Mr. Freeze, find evidence, come back, beat a boss. Harley Quinn, find evidence, come back, beat her up and lock her up. Penguin, blah 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 blah, find evidence, right? So the Knights eventually track Talia down and confront her near the Lazarus pit. As that moment, Talia revealed that she has found the perfect general for her army. So Talia was building an army, and for her general, she wanted Batman. So she put Bruce Wayne inside the Lazarus pit to revive Bruce Wayne. Okay, find the Batman, Bruce Wayne, and then Talia has not only managed to use the power of the Lazarus pit to resurrect Bruce Wayne, but has manipulated him into thinking that he must lead the League of Shadows in order to save Gotham. Okay, pointless. I don't know. I'm just being funny, but this part was dumb to me because why? Hello? And this is what they hyped up, by the way. This is what was hyped up, that we were getting to fight Batman in the Lazarus pit. And guess what? That boss was terrible. 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 You just dude, it's bad. I'll put it on the screen. It is bad. It's very bad. I'm thinking you're gonna get some immersive gameplay, right? You're gonna be fighting with Batman. Batman's gonna be in his suit fighting back. That's what I thought at first when I heard the leaks. No. you just shoot. Some people play it as Red Hood. I played as Batgirl, but you hit. Typical boss has a health bar. Hit. Dodge. Hit. Dodge. Cinematic come. Hey Batman, remember? Hey, we are the Justice or whatever. We are the Gotham Knights. You trained us. Bye. Square. Dodge. Square. Hit. Blah. Dodge. Batman, you gotta remember us. Blah. And then Batman finally remembered. I don't know. Plot twist. Got him. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. This is just a movie. You know how movies are. When somebody have amnesia, all of a sudden you can just make them remember. But this, and then it says this part where everybody was going crazy, by the way. But Gotham Knights was particularly marketed around the idea that Batman is truly dead. So I thought Batman was dead for real. But they revived him, and I'm thinking, okay, Batman's gonna come with us. They psyched us out. Just like they did with Joe. They psyched us out. Batman is actually alive, right? Psych. Batman ended up sacrificing himself to destroy the Lazarus pit so that, the secret society wouldn't use it. Oh my goodness, I hope you understood what I just said. So let me see if I can recap. Bam. You find Talia. Talia used the Gotham Knights to get to Kane, whatever his name is, Jacob. Kill him. She used you. You find out that she is building her army. Bam, she gets Batman to be in the Lazarus pit to lead that army, right? You stop her, you fight Batman, you revive Batman to Norm. Batman, hey, you remember us? Blah, blah, blah. Batman remembered. And then you fight Talia. Talia runs away. You run away, and Batman sacrificed himself. For some reason there was a ship there. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. Batman sacrificed himself, killed himself just to destroy the Lazarus pit. Blam. No more Lazarus pit. No more Batman. GG. Now, in my opinion, the combat already killed me. The game just downgraded even lower there. So now the game is $70, right? I didn't even talk about this 30 frames per second. I put it as an intro. 30 frames per second, $70. 60 frames per second, $60. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. The game should be at least $30. And then with that ending, it should be $25. Because it's not worth $70. It's not worth wasting that money, wasting your time to play this, because even on sale it's not worth it, because the story is all butchered and it's bad. It's terrible. Open world is terrible. I heard they're coming out with a PvP. What is the point of that? Open world with somebody. I even tried the multiplayer is just, I tried to join somebody. We didn't do anything. We just ran around, fought some guys. Even then, some people I joined, they were just standing there in the lobby doing nothing. Again, fellas, again, I might have missed things, but they must have been minor, because I just went straight through and just did everything I could. Missions boring. Stories started okay, but then it just plummeted. Open world's boring. Alfred's the only good actor in this game. Batgirl's okay. What else? That's it. I think that's all I could talk about here. That's it. That's all. That's the whole game for $70, fellas. Fat 70. That was a terrible experience. Do not waste the time. Don't waste the money. Clearly, don't be like me, an idiot. But if you dislike the video, go ahead and dislike the video and let me know why. What you think about this game. If you like the video, go ahead and let me know what I missed. Maybe I missed something. Maybe you can, give some more explanation towards stuff. If you have a rebuttal, you can put it in the comments. I will be welcome to read it. But that's gonna be it for this, fellas. another trash game of 2022. That's all I can say. Nothing good. You know, don't even think it's gonna be close to game of the year, because it's not. Because if it does win game of the year, someone got to do something about this. I can't think of something absurd to do to myself, but somebody got to do something about this. So you guys let me know what y'all think, fellas. I know this was a long video, but this is what I thought. This is what I've seen. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys again, okay?